Hey folks, welcome back to Where's Walter? In this episode, it's slow cooker pulled pork. Folks, the slow cooker is probably the easiest way to cook. I mean, just throw everything in there, turn it on, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 hours later, you have a beautiful, beautiful meal to eat. We use these a lot, especially in the wintertime. We'll make like big soups and even things like this with the pork. And then I'll portion it off into individual portions, just leave it in the freezer. So when I'm ready, I just pull it out. So today we are doing a beautiful pork shoulder. This is a 12-hour cook. So what we're gonna do is go back in time to last night. Now in this recipe, we're going to use a 6-pound pork butt or shoulder. This particular one came from Costco. I bought a 13-pounder and I cut it in half. I cooked up the other part earlier, and this one's actually been sitting in the freezer for a couple months, so I defrosted it. We've got smoked paprika, we've got onion powder, we've got garlic powder. It calls for 32 ounces of barbecue sauce. I didn't have one jar that had it, so we're just gonna mix up a couple of these barbecue sauces over here. We've got salt, pepper, and we've got a 12-ounce can of beer. And that's it. Now this first step is optional. We're gonna go ahead and sear the outside of the meat. I find it gives a little bit more flavor, so if you can, go ahead and do it, but you gotta be careful because this is like 6 pounds of meat that you're trying to flip around in there. So just be careful if you're gonna do this. Now if you don't wanna sear the meat, that's okay. Just take the pork shoulder and drop it straight into the crock pot and go on to the next step. Okay, I'm using a cast iron pan and I've got this thing really, really hot right now. I'm gonna add some olive oil to the bottom. Just about that much. I just want to make sure I get the bottom wet. And the oil is what's going to do the searing. Making sure I've got this on medium heat. All right, now we've got to be very careful. I'm just going to pick this guy up with my hands. Just drop it in there. I'm just going to do this about 2 or 3 minutes aside. Now I've got these really heavy spatula here. I've got a pair of tongs. This is not going to be the easiest thing when I go to turn it. We want to try to get all the sides. So the 2 big sides and then all the sides as well if we can. If you don't, not a big deal. You just want to try it. That's smelling pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and see how we can do this. Try to get up under here a little bit. Now it's sticking to the pan a little. There we go. Work it. Work it. There we go. That one piece kind of broke off there. That's okay. Shove that back in the pan. Get it back on there. There we go. A piece kind of ripped off because of it sticking to the pan. The thing about working with cast iron, sometimes things stick to it. It's not a big deal. All of this is going to cook once it goes in the crock pot. Now, sometimes you might have to just hold this up like this if it wants to fall over. Just get a pair of tongs and just hold it up. All right. Just roll it over. Just need to be in the crock pot. Now since I've got 3 barbecue sauces here, I'm actually gonna mix them up before I put them in there. I've got this mustard, got a garlic barbecue sauce here. I don't know, we just picked these up. This is Publix Carolina mustard. I knew I had one mustard here, so I just grabbed another mustard. Use whatever barbecue sauce you like. I just wanna mix them up so that the flavors blend together before I put it in with the pork. Literally pour this entire thing over. How pretty is that? Finally, the beer. Has a nice little fizz to it, right? Give that a little salt, pepper. We're gonna put the slow cooker into the low setting and then set it for 12 hours. And there you go, that easy. And remember, you don't have to sear the meat. If you don't wanna deal with, putting it in the pan and all that, just drop it straight into here, add all the rest of the ingredients and turn it on. It's that simple. So it's about 10 o'clock at night. So I'll see you guys at about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Gosh, smells so good. One of the cool things about cooking with a slow cooker overnight is when you wake up, you just like, this house smells like barbecue pork right now. It smells amazing. So all we have left to do now is just to shred this up. As you can see, the meat's already breaking apart when I took it out. Now you can use tongs to break it apart. I'm just gonna go ahead and use a couple of forks, and literally all you do is just start shredding. This is why it's called pulled pork. You just pull it apart. This may be the best version of this pulled pork I've ever made. There you go, super easy, super delicious pulled pork. If you like what you're doing, please subscribe and click that little bell icon so that you know when we put up some more deliciousness for you to see. And thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next episode. I wish there was a way I could just, you know, Oh my God. Oh my God. This is the best that I've ever made. Look, I'm just gonna go dunk. You know, you can dunk your donuts in coffee. I'm gonna dunk my pork in juice. It really didn't sound good, did it?